name is Michael Kang of Group 5 in Dr. Fraser's class of CEHC310 Research Seminar. This is my presentation on the research proposal I and Natasha Mavers have been working on this semester, which is domestic terrorism and foreign terrorism in the United States. Okay, let me just introduce myself really quick. I am an undergraduate senior majoring in emergency preparedness, homeland security, and cybersecurity with a concentration in cybersecurity with a minor in informatics. Okay, with that over, we can go straight into our topic, which is that we decide to investigate the different forms of terrorism that threaten homeland security. We found that terrorism can fall into three different categories, being either domestic, homegrown, and foreign, which I'll go over really quickly. Domestic terrorism is something that occurs within the population over something like a political or cultural issue. Homegrown terrorism, it can occur within the population, but is influenced by outside forces or actors. While foreign terrorism does not form within the population and is only conducted by outside actors alone. Since 9/11, law enforcement and intelligence agencies have mostly focused on homegrown and foreign. So for that reason, we're just gonna consider those two the same as to differentiate from domestic, which I'll go into why. Because as we went through our research, we found that domestic terrorism far outweighs homegrown and foreign combined using the global terrorism database. So seeing such a disparity between foreign and domestic terrorism, we wanted to see what has been done to combat these threats since 9/11. What we found was that it has been only recently been a large response towards mitigating and preventing domestic terrorism compared to foreign terrorism since 9/11, which could be attributed to the number of domestic terrorist attacks that have occurred in the past decade, such as the Pittsburgh synagogue shooting, in which 11 people were killed in an anti-Semitic attack, in which it was found that the perpetrator was self-radicalized through online information, primarily a social media platform called Gab, which was a hotbed for anti-Semitic posts and beliefs and speech. So with the information we got from our literature review, we decided to look into the number of terrorist attacks and foreign attacks from 2012 to 2020 and to compare that, with our hypothesis predicting that domestic terrorist attacks would be more frequent than foreign terrorist attacks. So to support our research question hypothesis, we look into some data sets, which this one is from the Anti-Defamation League in their yearly report on domestic terrorism. This one specifically looking at the domestic extremist-related deaths from 2009 to 2022, which includes homegrown terrorism as well. However, it was found that about 79% of those killings were related to domestic terrorism, compared to the homegrown terrorism, which was only 20%, and foreign being just 1%. It's interesting to note that looking further into it, it was right-wing extremism that composed much of it. This is further supported by a different data set found in our literature review that shows that domestic terrorism, which would be left-wing and right-wing, occur far more frequently than homegrown and foreign terrorism, which would be ethno-nationalist and religious respectively. So to conclude, we found that domestic terrorist attacks have been on the rise since 9/11, that they are based on political, racial, and religious issues, the need for further analysis and understanding how such groups operate and spread information, which would mean the need for more monitoring and allocation of funds to prevent further attacks. Thank you.